Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us. Do us a favor. Smash that subscribe button. Give us some alerts. Make sure that you're following us on all of your platforms. Share us some love. Benny, where can they find us on social media?
Yeah, you can find us, Ray Benny Sports. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check us out also on Reddit and Discord, and leave us a rating on your favorite podcast provider.
We got no Jets talk. We got no NHL talk. We might get a little NFL talk, but we have a very special guest today. This is our first co-CFL content creator online that we've had as a guest. So we're absolutely honored to have Coach Phil from Coach Phil Reacts. Brother, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me, guys. Love what y'all do, man.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's get to know you. I've been following your journey on YouTube. I've seen your NFL Reacts videos, your My 106-Pound Life React videos, your Jerry Springer. But a year ago, I do my work. I'm not playing. I invite you. I'll do my work. But a year ago, I saw you do a highlight react of the CFL season. And it just seemed like you had an intrigue and a love for CFL football. So what turned you on and made you say, I want to follow them 100% and do react videos to the CFL?
Oh God. See, this is why I tell people do not go back that far in the channel, because everything that it's there, y'all can go, but just know that was a different time. That was pandemic Coach Phil. That was just Philip. That wasn't Coach Phil in the slightest bit.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it was like midway through the pandemic and everything. It was like, I always tell the story, man. Like, and to be honest, to be just really brutally honest with you, man, I feel like I've given the story like so many times, and nothing against y'all, but I've told the story so many times. But I've known of the CFL. I've known it since I was a little kid. I never got to really watch. I've maybe seen like a couple snippets here and there because we have CBC here in the States, and as I got older, I always try to follow football. I'm a huge football, just sports junkie, historian type of person. So I try to follow along and learn and listen and try to see what everything's about. Well, during the pandemic, I kind of was like, all right, NFL is just knocking me down with the copyright stuff, and then USFL and all that stuff. Like, all right, man. All right. Like, I want to do something different. Everybody do the same thing, man. And I kind of came across CFL highlights it was like the craziest highlights or moments of the season. And first play, Geno Lewis, shout out to my man Geno, hurling a guy. It's like, all right, y'all, this was with Montreal. And I was like, all right, you got it. I'm gonna watch more of this. And one video led to another, and then I reacted to the hardest hits. And then G-Roy Simon, OG, somehow he came across my clip on Instagram and saw it, and the rest was history. So I kind of nosedive into everything, and when I'm into something, I go all in. I got adult ADHD like that. I got fixated. Yeah. And I watched back during the Grey Cup week. I watched back my first Grey Cup reaction, and I didn't realize I spoke into existence. Like I said, CFL, y'all got to invite me to the Grey Cup, or I'm gonna go see a CFL game. Well, 8, 9 games later, I'm here. And that's what happened. That was like almost 2 years ago, and I had no idea. I had no plans of like going on tour, and everything just happened over this past summer, like June-ish. And I've watched more CFL. I'm more interested in the CFL than NFL. I've watched some games this NFL season, but
yeah,
my world has become CFL. So that's how it happened.
Manifest, brother. Manifest.
Oh yeah.
So are you a Saskatchewan Roughriders fan, or like how did you become a fan of the Riders, if that's what you are?
I mean,
or a fan of the league?
I thought I had the Roughriders shirt on. Yeah, I mean, I've dove right into the Roughriders, man. Being a Seahawks fan, being a Seahawks fan all my life, and then seeing the Roughriders, the first time seeing the Roughriders in the West Final against Winnipeg, I just saw the parallels. I fell in love with the logo. My first CFL gear I ever got was the Saskatchewan Roughriders, because I got a sticker that came with the shirts. I still have the shirts, and I love the logo. And I started learning about the history, and I started little by little putting it together, like, all right, that's my team. That's who I'm a rock with. But I'm a fan of the CFL. I love every team. I got nothing but love for every. Well, there's one team that hates me, but still got love for him. Scamilton. But
you didn't wear the outfit today.
Huh?
You didn't wear that outfit today.
Man, I'm gonna burn that shit at some point. I'm gonna dumpster fire that thing. But nah, Riders are my team, man. And people have asked me, how out of all the teams, do you know that they've only won 4 Grey Cups in 104 years? I'm like, dog, it's more than I asked somebody this question. Would you rather have 4 Grey Cups over a 104-year history and your most recent one was 10 years ago? Or would you rather have not won one in 8,000 days and been to like 5 Grey Cups and lost all of them?
What are you talking about?
Wow.
And Danny McManus was your quarterback. Like, all right.
I think
my point.
I think I'll take my history, yo. I think I'll take the Winnipeg history. I enjoy the history where you take a 30-year break and you still have 3 more championships than the other team.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of I'm not even gonna start.
Only 3 more championships, did you say?
3 times.
Oh, okay.
More.
Sorry. I was like, what?
Okay, hold on now. Whoa. Hold on now.
We still got to talk about you being a Seahawks fan too, because I'm a Niner fan here. So.
Because y'all beat us 1 game. Y'all think
one game.
One game.
That's about 4 in a row, I think.
No, we're not. We'll get to that. But I'm saying with the Winnipeg thing, man. See, that's the funny thing. When I went to Banjo Bowl, I love the Blue Bomber fans. Y'all are crazy, but some of y'all be little fair weather there. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all act like y'all revisionist history. Because last time I checked, the last real kind of like competitive team y'all had was when Kari Jones was your quarterback. That's just my opinion. Yeah, that's just me. But
they're good with Buck Pierce. Buck Pierce gave us a couple good years, brought us to a Grey Cup. Not as good as those Kari teams, though. No, of course not. We lost to Andrew Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him.
That's why he's like, I have to go home. I have to go home and help these boys.
07, they probably beat Saskatchewan, but quarterback injuries, they happen. But yeah, Kahari was probably our last. 2001, the dominant team that we have now. Yeah, for sure.
But the last one y'all won was the one before recently was like what 90? Was it
1990?
91? 1990? Yeah,
1990, man.
Yeah, so y'all don't act like it's been like this forever.
No,
we know it won't. Yeah, dude.
The real fans know. That's why I'm happy. I was happy for y'all. When I went to the West Final, I was happy for y'all. I was happy. Like, all right, that's 4 in a row. It didn't go the way y'all wanted it to, but still, I was happy for y'all. Y'all earned it. Y'all deserve it.
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate your love.
When you sit through a 29-year drought, you definitely learn to keep things humble in a way, right? Yeah, you brag a little bit, but at some point it can go back the other way. Right. We've seen some bad Bomber teams over our time. So we're enjoying this run right now and hopefully it keeps going. But at some point it's going back.
It's going to continue. That's going to be the scary part. You got so much depth on that team and so much youth coming up. I like it.
Yeah. We're going to talk about free agency. We're going to talk about free agency in a second. We'll hold off on that. But let's talk about today, what's going on now. And the rumors keep on switching and flipping in the CFL or the Roughrider head coach hunt. Looks like it's Corey Mace. Can we get your thoughts on that as a Rider fan, brother?
Well, am I allowed to smoke cigars on here?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
All right. So here's the thing for all that.
Nothing announced though yet by Saskatchewan or anything like that. So
I see everybody, talking about it. And the one thing I do like, it is a defensive guy because I'm a defensive guy, but everybody wanted an offensive guy. They wanted Pierce and all that. But our biggest issue necessarily wasn't just wasn't off. It was more so the defense. We gave up so many damn opportunities to make tackles. It killed us. It absolutely killed us defensively. We have to shore up that secondary. I mean, we had soft coverage all damn season. There were so many times I watched this. We're playing off and we're getting killed on digs and crosses many, many times. The little short routes, little stops, little whip routes, little things that we could have stopped time and time again. And it shouldn't take 9 to 10 people to bring down one person and they're getting like 10, 11 yards on a carry. I mean, there's so many outside zones that we gave up. And the funny thing was, it was not even like up the middle.
Yeah.
It was never like up the gut. It was nothing crucial. It was just off tackle. When we played Hamilton, James Butler could get what he wanted.
Yeah.
And we exposed ourselves so many times. Like, oh no, this is just our defense. We're gonna be okay. No, if you watch football and you see the game, you know, we stayed in the same, it's like we were in the same defense constantly over and over again. So I'm expecting him to come in here, change things up, bring some guys, maybe do whatever he needs to do and shore up that defense. Now, give him the same energy you give Chris Jones. Give him 2-3 years, see what happens. Don't be so trigger happy and take the title from him. Don't give him everything. Don't let him cook. Let him establish the foundation. I know there's going to be people that are going to be critical if we do the same thing we were doing earlier, you know, most of the season. Because remember, back-to-back years, we've dropped 6 in a row, like 0-14 after Labor Day.
Yeah.
And I thought it was bad luck.
That's terrible, yeah.
I thought it was bad luck because I went to Labor Day Classic and I thought, well, shit, is it me? We ain't won shit. But no, I think it's going to be a good opportunity for us. And I hope he brings a good OC. If we're gonna keep old boy, you know, Jeffries is his name, Jeffries. Okay, let's let him do his thing for a year. If it don't work out, bring somebody in that knows what he's doing. We got to wait and see. The jury's still out.
Yeah, we talk about schematics a lot, you know, and also that we talk about their offensive line in Saskatchewan. But how much of it does have to do with culture in the locker room? Because, you know, Craig Dickinson's been criticized about that ever since, what's his name, Garrett Marino, and his craziness when he went to intend to injure, and it continued on later on this year. So how much of it is culture, do you think?
First of all, I can't stand Garrett Marino. I will never like Garrett Marino. I hope he sees this and let him know, I do not like you. None of us like you.
Yeah.
That's why you're playing in the USFL. You couldn't cut it up here in the North, but that's just me. Anyway, the devil is a lie. I think most of it is culture. Yeah, culture. You can talk about culture. You can talk about what happens. Like it's important, but at the end of the day, X's and O's are what win you games. But you got to keep your head. A lot of times we lost games because of boneheaded things that we did. Not necessarily culture, but just discipline. A lot of penalties. A lot of times, and I even said this about Edmonton when they started Trey Ford. There was a game against Winnipeg. They should have won that game, but it was the little mistakes as a team, the boneheaded calls that get you in trouble in games. We had that a lot during the season. It felt like there was no chemistry. It felt like everything was rudimentary. It felt like everything was just the same offensively. You knew when we were going to call a screen. You knew it. Same thing with the Seahawks when we had Darrell Bevel as offensive coordinator. You knew the first play out the gate, screen. Doug Baldwin.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like we could talk culture, we can talk all those things, but at the end of the day, X's and O's are a little more important than just culture. But culture is what's going to carry you down the stretch. What do you stand on? Do you stand on business or do you stand on just, hey, I'm gonna deal with the fuckery and let it happen?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who he does bring in as OC, what's out there and what he can bring in. But I do agree with you. He has to bring in someone good, someone with experience to really help him out because it's his first year as a head coach, right? So he's going to learn a lot. And it's a CFL, so it's like you don't want to wait too much. The NHL gives you a chance to rebuild, right? The CFL doesn't. Fans don't give you that chance. So if you're not good within a year or two, they're already calling for your head, right? O'Shea was getting his head called for early in his tenure. You know, until it finally hit. And the Bombers stuck with it, you know, against the chagrin of a lot of fans. So hopefully Saskatchewan, you know, fans are patient with that. Let the guy, you know, get his feet under him, figure things out. And I mean, he should be a good coach. So
yeah, I know like the fan base, they're hungry. They're dying for it. And I love to hear it. I love to see it, but also at the same time, as a writer, just with the Rider fan base, I know you don't want to be patient, but you got to. I know they were calling for Craig's head. I know they were calling both Craigs. They were calling for their jobs. They were calling for O'Day. But at the end of the day, we are in a results-driven business. Yes. But you also have to be realistic. We have talent. We have pieces. We got a lot of guys in free agency. So you got to pick and choose who we going to have, who's going to be beneficial to us. And yeah, are you looking short-term? Or are you looking for long-term success? Are you going to see it through?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are we trying to get that's the funniest thing. That's the funniest thing about it. I hear a lot about 2013 and we sold everything to win one Grey Cup, and then the next year it all fell apart, 2014, when Darian Durant got hurt. Okay, what is your plan? Are you looking for a 2 to 3 year plan? Or are you looking for a 4 to 5 year run of success? What are we building here? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And it's not just coaching too. It's all about the Canadian draft. A lot of people are still, sleeping on the Canadian draft and how that builds a team. If you're not successfully drafting, especially in the first 1, 2, 3 rounds, and in the CFL, yes, they're not day one starters. That's fine. But if you're not getting that Canadian depth, even through special teams and developing them, you're not going to have that long-term success.
And if you're not, no matter whether it's Canadian football, American football, European football, if you don't build the trenches right, you ain't going to have nobody to be able to run through them and defend and shoot your shot. That's what we have to do. You look at, and I'm going to say it right now, Winnipeg did a great job. Their line is one of the best lines I've seen in a long time. It's veteran laden, mind you, but they've stuck through. They did their thing. I think with us, I have faith in the line that we have. Might have to change up the scheme a little bit. Might have to, maybe after the first season with him, you might have to make some moves, but see where you're at. Check the status and see where you at, check the temperature, and then you build from that. Go get you some guys in the draft. Maybe check free agency, waive a guy, get some guy off the waiver wire. Do not be afraid to make moves. We got money for it. Go make the money. Spend the money. Do what you got to do. It's not complicated. It's football.
Exactly. And I like that you say that, because in Winnipeg, people say Kyle Walters, who we just signed as general manager, yes. Michael Shea, yes. Wade Miller, yes, as the president. But Ted Govey and Dan McManus as assistant GMs, finding those gems and talent in the States has really also brought the Bombers to the next level.
Right.
So it's the support staff also that Jeremy O'Day needs and hopefully gets, vital.
I hear also people saying, oh, Craig doesn't know anything about football and Jeremy don't know anything about business. Well, let them do their job. Let the football people do the football job. Let the biz people do the business thing. You don't need to intermingle too much, man. Just let Jeremy do his job and let the people under him, let the scouts do their job. Let the coaches do their job. Everybody have a little bit of input, and you build off of what is our vision? What are we trying to do here? And make it happen. Like, I hate to say this, and I'm just going to say it. I'm not afraid to say it, but somebody got to say it, goddammit. Fan input is very important. It shouldn't be the end-all, be-all. Sometimes in football, pro, college, whatever, people have too much say sometimes. You want to listen to your fan base, but you got to have your shit together, and you got to have your knowledge. You got to have your scouting report right. You got to see the intangibles. You got to have that eye for talent. That's what we got to do. And stop looking at everybody else. Make your own shit. Stop looking at every other team and saying, well, they did this and they did that, and Calgary has this, and Winnipeg did this with Brady Oliveira and Dembski. And it's like, oh, well, we used to have these. Okay, you had them. You don't know more. What you doing now? Where we going? Yeah. Come on now. We gotta let go. Joey Porter said it best. I'm sick and tired of always seeing those steel curtain teams come back. And they always talking about, well, you can't talk to us until you got a ring. Well, damn it, you had your day. You had your time. Have some faith in us and put us on game and get us to where we need to get to. Yeah. But that's just me,
So are you with Jeremy O'Day? Are you happy with what he's done over his tenure that he's been there? Are you happy that he stuck around or that they kept him? Or would you have rather them clean house completely?
Who the hell else we gonna get? Who the hell else is available?
Well, there's Danny McManus or Ted Govea kind of thing. You never know. But yeah, I mean, it's hard in the CFL, man. It's all retreads. It's usually just move guys around at some point.
Not every shoe is meant to fit you. It's gonna look good on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because it looked good on bro across the club, don't mean it's going to look good on me when I step in the club.
Yeah.
Bars.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And you're right. Saskatchewan does need to find an identity of their own.
Thank you. That's all I've been saying. What is our identity offensively? What is our identity defensively? Hell, what is our identity special teams? What are we? Are we a pass first team? Or are we balanced? Or are we a run attack? Are we horizontal? Are we vertical? Are we between the guards? Are we off tackle? What are we? What is our strengths? And can we mask our weaknesses and develop them over time to become a strength without hindering our strengths? That's it.
Yep.
If I can say with Craig Dickinson, sorry about that, with Trevor Harris in the first couple of games, we saw a team that had a deep ball, were willing to throw the deep ball and can score fast. And the Bombers saw that firsthand. What was that, like 42-35 or some craziness like that? Like the Bombers were playing well, but Saskatchewan was going bomb to bomb, toe to toe. And we can't forget that they didn't have Trevor Harris for 3, 5, 6 of the season.
Yeah.
Totally different team.
I figure like when you look at when Trevor went down, then it was Mason, and then it was Jake. Mason was cool. Mason, it was touch and go. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. But when we had Jake in there were moments, even at LDC, Jake showed, hey, we might have a quarterback here. Now, people fall in love with the fact, oh, he's so big, he's so tall, he's this, that, and the third. But I that's like saying never mind. I was about to say something about Ben Roethlisberger.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. I'm a Steelers fan now. Yes, now you're going to talk to a Steelers fan. No, go ahead.
No. Hold on. Okay, let's go there. Let's go there, bro. Let's go there. Okay. Let me put down my mega cigar. Hold on.
I want your truth, man. I want your truth.
Okay, all right. So my favorite version of Ben Roethlisberger was 04. That 04 Ben Roethlisberger, when they were like almost went undefeated and they lost an AFC championship, that was Ben Roethlisberger at his apex. Jake showed that in moments. Now, it ain't not necessarily the running ability and all that, but Ben, by 09, that Super Bowl against Arizona, he could sling the rock. He was comfortable. He took chances, as we saw with the throw to Santonio Holmes, 1 in a billion chance throw. Jake has that, but he also had damn weapons. You got the Ebony Trio, Sam, Tevin. Why we stopped playing Tevin most in certain packages during the season is beyond me. You've got my man Sean. You even got Jamal. You could move Jamal around like Le'Veon. You had a KSB came back. Granted, he wasn't at his best. He was coming off an injury. He was recovering, all that stuff. So he never really got his feet under him. But that's your red zone threat. You've got somebody that can stretch the field. And then you got Jake out there. Jake maybe not can throw the ball as deep as Trevor as far as accuracy and efficiency, but that 1 in a million chance is there. So I don't know. Like we're in a weird situation. We got 3 quarterbacks. Who the hell are we gonna keep Trevor? What are we gonna do about Jake? Mason. People say, oh, well, what about Trevor? We're gonna start Trevor. Trevor needs to be the vet and let Jake do his thing. Let the youth get in there. Jake's what, 27, 26, 27? Am I right?
That's pretty good.
So give him get his feet under him, get pieces around him, because as you said, we had a deep ball, but we also have pieces where we can go across the field, we can attack the middle, we can play the boundary, we can do the sideline, we can do a lot of different things. Look at Sean. Sean got another 1,000. Like, use your pieces. Be fast. If you're gonna be fast, you got to die by being fast. Find the tempo. All right.
You know what? Now that you brought up Jake Dolegala, I'm going to bring up a receipt. Not out of hate, just out of conversation. Trey Ford and Jake Dolegala are the next big thing in the CFL.
I stand on business. I stand on what I said. I'll die on that hill if I have to.
Just checking. Checking.
Yeah.
And that's a good one, actually.
Yeah. Because people were, they were eviscerating me in the comments. But you know what? I don't give a damn, because them the same people that sit there and just don't know anything about football to me. Like you can sit there and you can be a fan and you can criticize an opinion, but I backed up the facts and I said, give them time. I didn't say right now. I said, give them time. Let them develop. You'll have some faces of the CFL. Like, oh, you didn't throw Chad in there. Okay, obviously, duh, Chad. But Chad's a little older, so do what you want with that. There's other pieces, man. Just stop hating.
I got you. I'm with Trey Ford. Jake Dolegala, we'll see. He reminds me of Ty Cornelius a little bit, brother. I'm sorry.
No.
To me, to my eyes, and unless proven otherwise, I don't know.
That's a Bobby and Whitney take right there. Oh my God. The pipe is real on that one. Man, listen, did Ty Cornelius win a game this season or did Trey win it for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cornelius didn't win shit.
Wins and losses. We're talking about when the offense, and granted, they did let go of the OC. They did. And dude was running. I swear to God, I thought dude caught a split back at one point in time. But
Macca don't.
That's another story for another day.
Benny, go ahead before we get into Macca don't.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit here. So you've become a fan of the CFL. You visited some stadiums this year, or quite a bit of stadiums. So have you visited them all?
No. Next season I'm going on part 2. I'm going East Coast. You know what I'm saying? I did Ray, you'll get this. I did Death Row Records. Now it's time to go see Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Heck
well, not Diddy, not Diddy right now, but still, you know.
You don't want to visit the Wu-Tang? Come on now.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna let me change that. I'm gonna go see Rockefeller Records, man. We're gonna do that.
Okay, I'll meet you in the middle.
Right. We can be in the middle, just not Dame Dash. No.
Too soon, man.
Too soon. Nah, next season I'm gonna do my plan is to do the first 3 weeks. I want to do it East Coast. I want to see Ottawa. I want to see Toronto. Montreal, obviously. I'm ready. I really want to see just because I want to go see Olympic Stadium. You know, I love the Expos. Yeah. And I'm gonna go to Scamilton and run some fades. You know, I'm gonna shoot the fade with everybody up in there that don't like me. You know.
So have you been everything Winnipeg and West? Have you been to all those?
Only one I haven't done. Only one I didn't do was Calgary West. I would have went to the game against when the Riders played Calgary, but that it just didn't. I flew into Edmonton. That was a different situation. You know, I got asked to go to Edmonton, so I could have done the drive. I was like, nah, next season. So I'm gonna do Calgary as well. And I've seen everything. I've seen Edmonton, BC, obviously Mosaic, and Winnipeg. I've seen those ones.
So best atmosphere out of those ones. I mean, Edmonton probably wasn't the greatest, but
no, to tell you the truth,
was it a win
Edmonton,
that you went to?
No. So here's how it went down. So Commonwealth, obviously, like I said, I love history. You felt it when you walked in there. They had a Popeyes. My little black heart just jumped for joy. Oh my God, man! Ray, I see you. and was messed up was so I'm standing there. I'm just like, and the woman was like, "Oh, we only sell the chicken sandwich," and I was like, "Oh, you ain't got a 2-piece or nothing like that." Hurt, but that my black heart was happy that day. Atmosphere wise, man. It's kind of hard to say because it was different games. LDC, amazing. Like top notch. Everybody amazing. Winnipeg and Rider fans going at it, great. Banjo Bowl, my head hurt. My head hurt the entire game because I kept hearing, and that's another blue ball first down. I'm like, you're already up 56-7, goddamn it. Like, let it go. All right. I will say though, the one place, because I got to be on the field, LDC, to locker room, all that stuff, loved it. Walking out of the locker room at BC play, like the tunnel, man, I thought I was in Old Texas Stadium. That is something about that hit me. I was like, ooh, I thought I'd just take my ankles. I was ready to play. Like, this is nice. And watching BC play Winnipeg, that game was fun. But atmosphere, I say LDC was great. Probably the top environment, like atmosphere, just because the game and what it meant. Playoff wise, it's a tie. It's a tie between BC Place and IG, only because y'all could have told me how motherfucking cold it was going to be at that.
Well, we don't got control over Mother Nature, brother.
Yeah. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
This is actually nice, man. This is actually
golfing
beautiful
right now. This is crazy.
That was beautiful, actually, at the IG field that day on the West Final, man.
Sorry.
You a damn lie. I'm sitting there at tailgate. I watched Montreal and Toronto from start to finish. I had gloves on, the actual football gloves. The gloss on it cracking, just peeling, nuts just shriveled up. It was bad. Time I get a hot toddy. What that gonna do? Like, My manhood was gone that day. I got tested that day. I got tested.
Man, back in what was it, 2020? The final was in December.
2021?
Or
No,
21, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
There was no season in 21. That was brutal. Like that was cool.
When I watched that one, that looked fun. Snow everywhere. How did y'all survive that? Were y'all there?
Barely. And then Saskatchewan started taking it to them. There was a lot of turnovers in that. We thought the Bombers were losing, so that was even worse. But yeah, they pulled it.
Five. We got 5 of them and still lost. I don't know.
Yeah. You'll get that heat. Get the heat. You'll get that cold one day. And when you survive one of those, man, you're truly CFL to the heart. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to it.
And what keeps you kind of truly CFL to the heart is the drinking at games. Where did you see the most drinking happening in your tour?
IG field. Dog, bro, man, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, so funny story. So as the game was ending, it was like maybe a minute or so left. I walked up. I was in like 124 or something like that, similar to where I was sitting for West Final. I'm walking up the steps. I swear to God, on my mother's life, I saw 4 fights.
Yeah.
Or in the concourse. Anybody that was there saw, and it was banjo. It was a banjo boy. I was like, the fuck is going on? And it was the most funniest blue collar comedy fight I ever saw in my entire life. Because dude had his shirt off. He was swinging, and the dudes in like the vest were breaking it up. And I'm just walking my black ass on like, well, you ain't finna take my passport walking through this shit if I get involved. Because anybody swing on me,
yeah, you got to get back home, man. You got to get back home.
How can I get back? Well, okay, that's another thing. I love flying into Canada, other than flying shitty ass Air Canada. But I will say the one thing that frustrated me was every time I flew into BC, some bullshit happened. That was the most frustrating experience of my life. They lost my luggage one time. They talked crazy to me at the airport. I almost fought TSA a couple times. Like my flight got delayed coming back from the Scamilton when we played Scamilton. I was supposed to get home at like 8:30. I got home at like 11:30. Like, why y'all messing with me?
Dang.
I gotta work in the morning. Like,
you almost became like that. Remember that CFL player? Well, he didn't become a CFL player because he punched out that desk worker at the airline in the States.
The Calgary guy or whatever.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was on his way, I think, to Canada.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he got into some smoke with the ticket desk worker, punched him out. He didn't come to Canada.
Yeah, but watching that video, that looked like it was a desk worker's fault and not that guy, not the player's fault. So he just unfortunately got screwed.
Was he black?
Yes.
Don't play with us.
I can't remember if the desk worker would. I don't feel like he was white though, but I can't remember. But yeah.
Well,
it's crazy. It's
Just
crazy.
did not work out.
I ain't swinging on nobody to do time in Canadian jail. You know what I'm saying? I know my boy will come get me, but it depends. If I'm in Regina, all right, maybe liquid libation, kicking that hotel in Saskatchewan. All right, I might throw some bows, but I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna get dirty. I'm gonna get gone.
Yeah, you don't want to be staying anywhere in any kind of jail in Winnipeg.
You see a 300-pound black man in a sleeveless hoodie running down the street, probably me.
Winnipeg different, bro. We different here.
No.
Y'all,
I love going to Winnipeg because I stayed downtown both times. Boy, I seen some things, man. I thought I was back home. I was in Seattle. I was like, okay. I got picked up by my friend. We were trying to find the hotel. I shouldn't even probably tell this, but I'm gonna tell it because it's y'all. We went around the corner. We were in this was like a bunch of trees. It was like trees in like the middle of like downtown. And we're trying to find the hotel. And like there was a club, like a bar or a club, and there was like on the corners like a doorway. Man, I seen people doing some things that I never thought I'd ever see. Man, and he was just, and I was like, and I'm in the car, and I'm just looking like, let me out. Time to go. I got to take me back to the airport.
204. Too many Winnipeg stories start with around the corner and in some trees. Too many.
Yo, This is at 2:00 in the morning. Like, what are y'all doing at 2:00 in the morning? Like,
we're waking up, getting ready to start the day. That's just starting, brother. Sorry,
bro, but not like that. That's when, like, back here,
that's
home,
ending
like,
and starting.
Like, we might go to after party, you know, calm down, kick it, whatever, but not you.
No, that's a new shift.
If you need it that bad, if you need some, you know what, that bad, bro, not on the steps. Like, come on, like,
y'all, Benny, get us back on track. Let's start.
Let's
talk. I'll get us back on track.
Let's go. Keep going.
Back to football. Okay, so you visited these stadiums, probably Labor Day or the Banjo Bowl. What kind of trash talk was going on? Was it good? Which fans had the best trash talk going on?
LDC. It was fun. It was just good trash talk. Just fun. Nothing egregious. Nothing out of pocket. Banjo Bowl on y'all turf. Bro, I had to turn around a couple times and I was like, I'm the only brother in green sitting in this section. And I'm feeling like Kermit the Frog right now, bro. I'm out here, like that type of thing. And dude was sitting behind me. He was talking really, this was not last year and all that stuff. And I'm just like, bro, look at the gap between the year and banners of how many times y'all won a championship. Like, humble yourself a little bit. This is new to you. Like, you weren't there. You ain't built like that, dude. And he follows me on Twitter, so he know what I'm talking about. He cool people.
Was it a young guy? Was it a young guy?
Nah, he was like at least like late 30s, at least late 30s.
He didn't live through it.
He didn't live through it. He didn't live through enough of it.
Nah, and also just when y'all on y'all turf, even when y'all on y'all turf, y'all are great. Y'all are great fans. But when y'all go to other states, y'all roll deep.
Yeah.
When I was in BC, y'all are in there.
Travel well.
Right.
Almost as good as Saskatchewan. And I think the logic is that so many people just want to get out. It's not that we travel to the games, is that we've spread out across the country that we're already there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Manitobans that left the province a long time ago that are all over the place, right? So it's not like we're traveling from Winnipeg to go to BC to watch a game. No, people have moved to BC and now are still Bomber fans and going to watch games, and there's tons of them everywhere. So
yeah, it was great, man. Great trash talk. Although, like, Canadian trash talk is different from American trash talk. American trash talk, you know, you talk a little bit too much trash, you might get shot. But in Canada, at least, you know, you'll get, oh, nice talk, eh? Like, you know, I was like, all right. Well,
Let's go for a beer.
I ain't gonna die today.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about business again. Let's talk about football. We just got the free agent list released. As a Roughrider fan or as a CFL fan, what are some of the names that pop on that list that either you wouldn't mind seeing on the Roughriders, or you're like, if I'm owning a team, I'm taking that dude?
Resign Sean Bain Jr. If you don't resign Sean, we got some problems. Like, Sean, I love him, but as just from a football perspective, taking like personal feelings out of it, you have to keep your golden goose happy. That's all. Like, and I hate to say this, but again, this is another Steelers reference for you. You give Sean this money, he ain't gonna pull an AB. Plain and simple. Next.
Not the reference I wanted to hear, but sure.
Well, you know, no,
those AB references.
I got plenty of them.
Ask Benny. I enjoy them too. That fool. Oh my goodness.
And y'all thought Juju was gonna be your number one, but anyway,
who? I know I wasn't.
I didn't think it either.
I'm upset with this team, even with that OC gone. But we'll talk about NFL another day.
Matt Canada, God damn it. Anyway, Sean Bain Jr. I really would like to see Montreal kind of keep their core, even if they can't keep everybody. You know, keep their guys. Winnipeg is the one that's interesting. That intrigues me a little bit. Between Riders and Winnipeg, you gotta decipher who's important and who might be going over the hill and who still got some youth to them. That's the only thing, because it's a young man's game. It's like rap. Football's like rap. It's a young man's game. What the hell are you gonna talk about at 47? You ain't gonna talk about the trap. Come on, like keep your guys. This is a crazy free agency period. It really is, man.
Well, yeah. The whole Bomber team is basically a free agent, so it'll be interesting to see what they do and who they keep, because they're going after the guys who they feel are core pieces. So now it's a tough decision, like they did with Harris a couple years ago. And going with Oliveira and Augustine kind of thing, they kind of kicked Harris out the door. So they're going to have to kick a few of these guys out the door. And then, they're going to be champing at the bit to get back at the Bombers, depending on where they sign or where they go. So
is Brady a free agent?
Yeah.
Yep.
He has visions of the NFL. I don't know if he's quick enough for that kind of thing or not, but
the cupboard is bare in Winnipeg right now. The cupboard is bare. I think we have 5 guys signed.
Yeah, I mean, it's 40-something guys that are free agents. That's the whole team, basically. So
that's a CFL. You can change your fortunes in a year because of those 1-2 year contracts.
And that's why I see a lot of fans with no player's number or name or anything, because they changed numbers. They changed teams so much.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you a question. This is what I want to know. Why is there no like maybe 4-year deal? Lock somebody in for a long. Is it the money or is it just what is it? Why is there no longer term deals?
I think a lot of guys are still looking to get to the NFL, right? So they're not looking to sign a 4-year deal. You might get the older guys like Colaro signed a 3-year deal last year, right?
Yeah.
So those guys might sign a longer one, but yeah, there's been a lot of 1-year deals, and I think it's a lot of guys just, hey, I want to see if I can have a good season and get to the NFL next year.
Yeah, and I think there's maybe a little bit of frame of mind where American talent is so deep that there's only a certain amount of money that you're willing to spend on a veteran who's so good at a certain age that you're willing to take a chance on a younger, cheaper American. So you can keep those older, more talented, reliable Canadians as well. So it's a numbers game and it's biases. But yeah, it's hard to get over those 1-2 year contracts unless you're a kicker or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm this is my first real free agency with the CFL. Last year it wasn't like obviously the Bowl move was the biggest move of free agency, but this is my first year like starting to learn and understand how the business side works, who's going to keep who, and it's going to be fun to see what happens. Who's going to go somewhere, man, because there's some weapons, man, that go to. I'm scared. Whoever y'all get, y'all gonna make a splash. Y'all gonna get somebody, as if y'all already don't have talent, but y'all gonna get another receiver. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, we'll see if they can even keep Schoen. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I
was going to say the same thing. I mean, for them, if they can keep Dalton Schoen, they're probably good. They're happy right there. So
yeah,
it's going to be a crazy free agency this year.
I think the Bombers have enough questions in their own free agency that I don't know how big of a dip they'll take in that free agency, unless some of these guys aren't coming back. Right? They want to keep this thing rolling. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be exciting to see. February should be exciting.
And I love this chill vibe. It feels totally like reminiscing back in the day, out in the stoop, talking about good times. Tell us what your impression was of the 2023 season and what you're looking forward to as a CFL content creator going into 2024 as we wind it down with Coach Phil.
Ooh. I'm gonna harken back to 2022. I kind of and tie both of those views together. When 2022 happened, I kind of had I took like a gap in between the season, so I really didn't get to feel the whole 2022 season. This season, I was so focused and hyper fixated on everything CFL that I got to enjoy it and see it for what it is and defend proudly, as if I was a Canadian, the CFL. I mean, I honestly, like, I know I obviously watch NFL, keep up with it, but it's just not fun watching it. I had so much more fun following CFL news and learning about the players and history and just different aspects of the game that it made the season more fun for me. And even the playoffs, I got to go to the playoffs. I never thought I'd be able to go to the playoffs and watch that, man. And being in the atmosphere and being with the fans and the players and everything, it was just, you love it. It became from just fun to, man, I love this shit. It's different.
Yeah.
And I got into a spat with somebody on Twitter. He was talking about, and the funny thing is he's from Ohio, so I knew brain cells weren't all there. He was just talking, Ohio State has the best Ohio State University has the best fan base of all football in the world. And I was like, motherfucker, take your ass up to Canada. Come to LDC. Go to a game. I only have seen the flag go across the fans in soccer. That was like, I love this shit. As far as going into 2024 content creation, I can only speak for myself, but for everybody else, man, I love seeing everybody win. That's been my whole thing. My whole mission this year was, man, work with us. CFL, take heed to what everybody doing, man. I honestly, for me personally, I want to branch out, do different things. Nothing too crazy. I like to stay in my wheelhouse of like, if I'm not comfortable and having fun with it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not a big like betting person. I love people that do bets and parlays and all that stuff. That's not me. I like keeping my money to myself. I don't even go to the casino. You know what I'm saying? I was broke. I just came to some money this summer. So no. When Steve Harvey says that, I just got some money summer before last. But but I want to do different things, man. I want to obviously travel more to different places. I want to do different types of reactions. I want to do whatever I'm happy with, and I know people gonna love it. You know, people fell in love with like Coach Phil and all that, and that's great. But there's more to me than just like, you know, Coach Phil. You know, that's been a misconception people had a lot of times was, are you like that all the time? Where's the bat? You know, is the bat around? I'm like, yeah, but it's not who I am all the time. So I want people to see more, like, love being around everybody. I want to do different content with CFL stuff and, you know, keep interviewing people, talk to them, have them tell their story, break down film. I want to talk more X's and O's for people that love the X's and O's. So that's what I want to do content wise. But everybody else, man, I love what everybody do. I want to see everybody win. It can't just be the people that are on TV that get to talk football. We know some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let us come on. Let me come on TSN. Let me sit with Mill. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag paper plates, whatever the hell that means. I don't know what the fuck that means.
No one knows. No one knows.
And that's what I love. It's that hit. Let me come on TSN and let me rap and let me talk with y'all, because I promise you, I will bring you ratings. I won't cuss, but I'll bring you ratings. Let us get in that app. I want to see Ray and Benny get on TSN. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we should have our own show on there, all three of us, just a halftime show, at least once this year, right?
Nah. They'll crazy. Fire me within like 10 minutes.
Then we'll all go like, and we can't tell you how much, like, as Canadians, we appreciate your passion and your genuineness online. Like, religious intonations aside, you're like a prophet of the Canadian Football League down south, and we need more of that. Yeah, I'm not lying to you, because you get that word out. You're spreading the word. You're spreading the passion down south, and that's what we need. You know, we can be champions for our own game in Canada, but they'll say, hey, you're Canadians. You're biased. We get you. But we have a brother down south speaking the word of what's good in the CFL. That's what we need, and we can't appreciate that enough. Get used to this. I always check in with Benny. Benny, is there anything I have missed on the agenda today before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I want to ask you one more question. Can you see the CFL gaining more traction in the US? Have you been able to convert anybody else? Like, I know I was talking to a friend of mine, and I don't even think the Grey Cup was actually shown in the US.
No.
On this CBS video, whatever deal, which blew my mind, because I was like, because what's the point of this TV deal if you're not going to be able to show this game, the best game of the year, best two teams? So can you see the CFL making moves in the States, even if they don't bring an American team into the league?
I thought about this actually like last week, so I can only tell like a TI is. So just roll with me on this. A lot of times when I hear people talk about, oh, we want people from the States to appreciate what we do up here as far as the CFL, that's great. You don't have to seek approval from motherfuckers in America to get approval. Your shit is great. I had a coach once tell me all the time, you will be discovered. You just got to keep doing you. You guys have a great thing here. And if people in the States see it, great. But don't wait on America, people in the States to sit, the big wigs to siphon this shit out. Because by the time y'all get hot in this day and age with social media and all that shit, all you need is one game or one clip or something to blow that shit up. Mm-hmm. And then eyes will be on it. So I would like to say that, it would be great to see the CFL in the States, but make the States come to you. And even then, keep doing your shit. There's a lot, but on the other hand, there's a lot of things in the CFL that, like, I hear things, about, there's a lot of gatekeeping. There's a lot of people that gatekeep the CFL, man, and they don't want Americans to be like anywhere near it. I've had people DM me talking about, you don't know shit about Canadian stuff and blah blah blah, and I'm like, why are you coming with that energy? Like, why are you doing that? Like, you can't one breath say we want American eyes, but then you sit there and gatekeep the whole thing. Like, man, I walked my black ass into Regina off the plane, proudly, happy, and I left there feeling like a damn Canadian. I love going up there. I love coming up to Canada on everything I come to love, man. Like, I miss it. Nice. I miss it badly because it's great up there. But as far as just...
You coming in the wintertime then? Are you gonna come in the wintertime when it's nice and cold or what?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
I'll be there when there's wildfires. I might even find a wildfire or two. But it's the fans, American people will come around. We here in the States, how often do you guys come to the States? Do you guys come here often or
no?
I come for our hockey tournaments basically.
Okay. So
lately.
One thing everybody got to understand about the States is, man, is that we think we the best at every damn thing until we get checked. So I guess the best thing I can say, man, is make them change their mind, but be humble, but talk your shit.
Oh yeah.
Let the player and keep the players, man. You got to spend money to make money. Keep these guys and build your brand and keep it going. A lot of the old farts that are in the way that don't want change got to get out the way and let the young folks come in and do their fucking thing and grow the brand of the CFL, because it's a really good brand. Shit, I rock the CFL proudly every day at work. And people ask questions. Who are the Saskatchewan Roughriders? Who's Winnipeg? Who's this, that, and the third? Who's BC? I tell them, it'll happen. It'll happen, man.
Right on, brother. We appreciate that. Again, we appreciate you for coming on. Like I said, you're the first content creator that we've had as a guest. We've had folks like Hall of Famer James Jefferson. I wish we've had James Jefferson. He's crazy. He played for the Bombers and for Seattle Seahawks. Amazing returner, amazing DB. James West, James Murphy, great Winnipeggers like Chris Walby. So we appreciate you being on here. You're with good company. But before we let you go, you're going to go for a round of quick shots. I'm going to ask you 5 quick questions. First thing that comes to your mind, don't worry. We're not going to get you in trouble. Are you ready to go?
Stay ready.
Favorite Rider player?
Jamal Morrow.
Favorite CFL player?
Ooh. Willie Jefferson or Sean Lemon or Reggie Stubblefield.
Love. Fan base you love to troll?
Scambleton all day, every day.
Favorite Canadian city to visit other than Regina?
That's tough. Because they had good seafood. Nah. BC. I like BC.
Is Saskatchewan going to make the cup next year?
You gonna ask me a fucking question like that? Hell yeah.
Right on. No, hey, I like to see people stand pat like that, and I respect that. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
We can't thank you enough. Well, we hope to have you back within the off season through next season to share some time like this, bro, because you with your stogie, us with our beers, it's a perfect combination. Benny, do you have anything to say to our friends?
Yeah, you know what? Thanks a lot again, Coach Phil, for joining us here today. Thanks everybody for listening, and have a good week.
One more question, actually, Coach Phil. You got the floor. What do you got to say to the folks of Winnipeg and to our listeners/viewers?
You know, I can say a lot of things about Winnipeg and their fans, but no, all jokes aside, man, great fan base. Love the city, man. Y'all roll tough. Y'all are some thoroughbreds. Y'all crazy. Y'all funny. Y'all something else, man. I love being around y'all. Y'all got the one time out of me to wear Winnipeg stuff because I promised Yoshi I would do it when I saw him in BC. So I did it. You got your wish. You got me wearing Winnipeg stuff. But I do want to add one thing though to the whole just everybody, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. Thank you for letting me, talk my craziness, beat my chair up and everything to the fan base. And I really appreciate both of y'all support and everything y'all do, man. Y'all keep going. And it's good to see great content from y'all, man. Keep it going.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Much love. And in the words of Ed Whalen, in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another edition of Ray and Benny Talk Sports with our homie, Coach Phil.
Scamilton ain't going to the Grey Cup next year.
Wow. I can't cut now. What do you guys say about Scamilton? No, I can't. You've extended the episode. Why are you going to say something scandalous like that and you expect me to cut? No, this is the extended cut.
All right. We go. This is director's cut. All right. So it's not, I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's not the whole fan base. It's them fucking funky ass.
Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.